Why Australian homes feel so calm and expensive, and how to copy it. Now, there is a reason that Australian homes feel different, not louder, not overly decorated, just calm, effortless, and dare I say, a little expensive without trying too hard. And trust me, once you see it, you can't unsee it. So, in today's video, we're breaking down exactly what makes Australian interiors feel so peaceful and elevated. And more importantly, how you can recreate this look in your own home, whether you're in Dallas, Oklahoma City, or Portland. But before we get started, welcome to Home Decor 101, your YouTube home decor channel. So let's kick off talking about section 1, the color palette. So we're going to be taking a look at some soft, sun-washed neutrals. Now, Australian homes don't rely on bold color to make a statement. This isn't maximalism. This isn't certain forms of eclectic. Australian homes rely on restraint. So think warm whites, soft beiges, beautiful sandy tones, relaxing muted grays, and pale sun-faded wood. Nothing feels harsh. Nothing feels heavy. It's like the entire home has been gently filtered through sunlight. And here's the key. These colors reflect light instead of absorbing it. That's why the space feels brighter, bigger, and instantly more relaxing. So let's talk how to recreate it. The first tip would be to swap out stark white for a warm white or cream. And yes, there are different shades of white. Who knew? You have some that are very stark and cold and like bright, almost with blue undertones. And then you have the warm white, which is the one that we are going to opt for when bringing this style home. Also, layer similar tones instead of a lot of contrasting. Lastly, stick to a tight, neutral palette and then repeat it throughout your space. So in section 2, let's talk about natural materials. Now, spoiler alert, this is where that expensive feel is going to come in. And also, this is where the magic really happens. Australian homes lean heavily into natural materials. So light wood, linen, stone, rattan, wool. Nothing feels plastic. Nothing feels too overly polished. Even when something is new, it looks like it's had texture or depth and life. It looks like it might have had a life of its own before coming to you. That's what gives the space that quiet luxury feel. To recreate this vibe, choose wood over metal whenever possible, even for accents, things like a coffee table. Opt for a wood version as opposed to a metallic version. You can also add linen curtains or pillow covers. And mix textures like woven baskets, ceramics, and raw wood. It's not about adding more. It's about choosing better, more appropriate materials. Now in section 3, let's talk about that natural light, which is the real star of the show. Now, if Australian homes had a main character, it's going to be that natural light that flows through. These homes are designed to let light in, to bounce the light around, and to never block light unnecessarily. So you'll notice sheer curtains instead of big, heavy drapery that you may see here. You'll notice a lot of open windows. Everything is working with the sun, not against it. So if we talk about how to recreate it, my first tip would of course be to ditch your heavy curtains for light, airy fabrics. Now, if you're in a part of the United States or another country where it's just not practical to have just shears, at least put shears in the middle and have your heavy drapery on the ends, and then during the day at least, you can just have your shears blocking the window. Now, another tip would be to use mirrors to reflect light. So when that sunshine fills the room and flows in, those mirrors will reflect it to other parts of the room to make it look like we have just tons of mirrors piling sun in. In section 4, let's talk about the one thing that Australia does better than almost anyone, and that's indoor-outdoor living. It's definitely their signature move. They are pros at blurring the line between inside and outside. So you're going to see large sliding doors, patios that feel like extensions of the living room, hard to tell where the living room stops and the patio begins. You also see a lot of plants everywhere. It's not just decor, it's a lifestyle. The home doesn't stop at the walls. Now let's talk about how to recreate it, even if you don't have a patio. The first tip would be to add greenery, whether it's real or if you don't have a green thumb, opt for high quality faux plants. Next, style your balcony or your porch like a mini living space. And lastly, use similar colors and materials inside and outside. That's going to help with it segue going from in your house to outside on your balcony or your patio, and it's going to make it a lot harder to tell where one ends and one begins. Remember, the goal is flow, not separation. The next section, let's talk about how the style is minimal, but that doesn't mean cold. It's warm, and this is really important. Australian design is minimal, basically, but it doesn't feel cold or stark or empty. And this is where a lot of people get it wrong. It's not empty, it's not sterile, it's not overly modern. It's intentional, it's balanced. It's lived in, but still uncluttered. Every piece has a purpose, and nothing feels just random. And talking about how to recreate it, my first tip would be to remove anything that doesn't serve a purpose or bring joy. This actually reminds me of a funny story. I had a friend FaceTime me and say, I'm trying to determine if this lamp brings joy. Can you tell me if it brings joy or not real quick? And I had to laugh because I know that phrase is just thrown around so much, but remember at its core, it's just, does this item bring you joy? AKA, do you like it or not? So you don't have to FaceTime anyone to ask that. All you have to do is pick it up and give it a good hard think. Do I like this? Do I want to see it every day in my house? Yes, I'm keeping it. No, time to give it away. Next tip would be to keep decor simple but meaningful. And last but not least, focus on fewer, better pieces instead of filling every space. Now, we've talked a lot about each individual elements of this style, but let's talk about the overall feeling and why it works. When you put all of this together, you get a home that feels calm, that feels grounded, like you didn't put much effort into it, and it almost feels expensive even though it's not in your face flashy like Art Deco or Hollywood Regency. And I feel like that's the real secret. It's not about copying every detail of this style. It's about creating a space that feels easy to live in and beautiful at the same time. Okay guys, so if you've been wanting a home that feels more peaceful, more elevated, and just more, just better, in every way possible. Australian design might be exactly what you've been looking for. If you want to see some more elements of this style, check out the description box. I'm going through Amazon right now, finding some really awesome pieces that you can bring in your home to steal this style for not much money. And let me know in the comments, would you try this style in your home? And if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.